Three ways to recenter when life feels overwhelming. So, firstly, what I'd like you to do if you're watching this at a time where you feel a bit scattered, maybe chaotic, and just feel overwhelmed, whether that be with emotions or just this sense of um, just feeling like your clock is extremely sped up, the very first thing I want you to do is just, firstly, take a deep breath with me. So you can even close your eyes and just and allow that breath to just for a moment to slow you down to this present moment. And I want to invite you into this time, this very brief time where I will list out three different aspects that if grounded into can sustainably help during these times whenever we feel overwhelmed, whenever we feel like life may be moving and that there's just so much that's going on in the world and around us that we can feel like we're off our center. So, the very first thing, and this is actually a bonus because this isn't even really a part of the three, but the very first thing is to love whatever is showing up. So, if you feel scattered, if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like there's just a lot that's going on, to actually love that feeling, to love the feeling of feeling this way in the moment, to love any and everything that is showing up. Because whatever we don't love, we can create resistance towards, or we can create separation towards, or we can create this sense of almost like a inner um, disturbance towards, based on our inability to embrace and accept what's present for us in the moment. So again, dropping into a state of self-love, a state of this is what's present, this is what's real, and I accept that about myself. That's the step one, actually the bonus step one. If we're going to the other step one, this may be simple, and I know that, if you're watching this and you've heard the word, it's not something that's going to be probably surprising to you, but maybe it's reaching you at a time where maybe this lands or this feels like it's really um, worth embodying and moving forward on, and that is a daily practice of meditation. I can't stress this enough. Probably shouldn't use the word stress, but I think you know what I mean. 10 minutes a day, 10 minutes out of a 24-hour day. Let's say that you're sleeping for 8 hours, that's 16 hours. Let's say that you're working for 10 hours, that's still 6 hours that you have. And incorporating a daily practice of 10 minutes a day can really help slow down the nervous system. It can really help decompress and reset the mind. And it can also help create a certain relationship so that when stressors do or may show up, you feel more able to manage and to look at those things. So that's step one, 10-minute daily meditation practice. Step two is to do a scheduling audit. And what I mean by that is to actually set some time aside to list out your calendar and go over every single aspect for the past month, as far as every activity, every event, every lunch, every meeting, every single aspect that you've done over the past month, and tune into your body as you're doing this and was ask yourself, did said activity create a rise or an expansion of energy as you were doing it? Or did you notice a contraction or a closing off or an actual lowness of your energy while or after you were doing it? So take your time and do this for the past month. This can really help on a deeper level identify those areas that may be leaking energy or maybe causing the potential of scatteredness, of overwhelmedness, of really doing aspects that may not even necessarily be in alignment. That's step two. And step three is going to be really creating an intentional life. It's actually creating a slowed down and intentional life. And what I mean by that is being very in tune with what your yeses are, your nos are, with what is the capacity of how many hours you can legitimately um, produce and be present, and what's the amount of time of rest you need, and really creating a whole new blueprint, a whole new system of what is necessary for you to thrive. I can speak from my own experiences. There were times for multiple years I would work, on average 65, 70 hours a week. And for some that may work for them, but for me, for my energy, for my nervous system, that's not something that was sustainable. And the more we are in tune with what is really true for us, what expands our energy, what gives us a sense of feeling more in balance, and putting a line in the sand and owning it and honoring it, saying, you know what, this is true. This is what I need in order to operate and to feel more recentered, to feel more in balance, and to feel more connected to myself. So hopefully that's helpful. Again, 3 ways to go from feeling, 3 ways to recenter when feeling overwhelmed. Peace.